I could be one of those people to like soak in it, or I could pivot. And my choice is always going to be to pivot. I'm going to live and die on that hill.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I stamp on it.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is different from my normal balloon event decor tutorial type of vlog situation, but I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I wanna participate in Vlogmas as much as I can, but I don't have that much of an interest in life. So I figured that I would obviously combine the usual, event vlogs and stuff, but also try to throw in some just random tutorials. I took a poll and people decided what, tutorial they want to see from me next. And I was like, okay, I could throw in some sit down talking videos as well too, because I feel like you guys don't really know my personality and I want y'all to. So today's video, as you can see by the title, is going to be explaining how I got to the point that I am going back to school at 30 years old. So this is obviously not something I've talked about before, but even though I have been an entrepreneur for the past going on 4 years, almost 4 years, I do have a double bachelor's. I have 2 bachelors in marketing and international business. And I have a master's degree in human resources. So long story short, I got a corporate job I got a corporate job in May. Yeah, end of April of 2023 this year. And it was a complete nightmare. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my entire life. It really showed me the work culture of corporate America, and it really showed me that it's not for your girl. It's not for me. And I feel like a lot of it came from just me feeling like I wasn't doing enough as an entrepreneur. And right now, I have said it before on TikTok, I have a luxury business, and to be completely transparent, my business is nowhere near the scale or level that it used to be. And I would say that's of this year. And I could be one of those people to soak in it, or I could pivot. And my choice is always going to be to pivot. I'm going to live and die on that hill that in life, when you pivot, you are basically giving yourself a fair chance. And in life, when you just sit down and don't do anything, you're not, right? That's how I think of it. And I just feel like I'm at the place in life where I have to be completely honest with myself. And because I am the age that I am, I just feel like there are certain things that I want out of life that I just really didn't know that I wanted. And I feel like I tried to convince myself for a long time that, I really wanted to be in corporate America, that this was for me, that I wanted to do both. I wanted to be the corporate baddie and the entrepreneur baddie at the same time, and balance motherhood and a love life and all this stuff. And to be honest with you, I don't. I really don't. I realized that because I'm so fulfilled in my passions, which I would say are obviously event decor, balloons, just social media in general. I'm just not getting into content creation, really deep diving into it, because I really just did the basics to maintain my business beforehand when it came to social media. But now that I'm actually making it a point to be somebody that is an influencer, I feel like those are my passions, right? My passion is being transparent. I get so much out of teaching people not only about decor stuff, just about life. And I feel like I'm somebody who I'm passionate about having a platform, right? I'm passionate about having a platform and doing the right things with the platform. But when it comes to working a corporate job, I'm just not passionate about it. And I feel like that's okay. I feel like for so long, I felt like it wasn't okay. And it was something that I had to make work just because I went to school for all this time. And to be honest with you, I hate HR. I think HR is one of the saddest jobs ever, okay? because you have to basically listen to people complain all day, and whether you care or not, and whether you feel like it's even valid or that serious, you have to pretend as if you do care, right? And you have to act like it's the end of the world for everything. And that's just not me. That's not my personality. I wish I figured it out before I decided to get a master's degree, but I didn't, and that's okay. But I'm just at a place in life where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start over and I'm ready to start fresh. And I don't want to keep limiting myself because I feel like I did it already. Like that's very stupid in life. I feel like a lot of us were always like, oh, well, you know, because I went to school already, I can't change my mind. Or because I decided that this was going to be my career path, I can't change my mind. And the truth is you can. As long as you're alive, you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want to do. And that's what I'm deciding to do. So just to give you guys another like little backstory, I've come to the place financially in life where I feel very blessed from my financial situation. Obviously, that's not something that I feel too comfortable like going into about, but I still feel like there's a certain level of responsibility to not only me, myself, but also my family, that I can't be lazy and I can't just feel like, oh, you know, I'm in a good situation when it comes to my relationship and life that I could just take advantage of it. I feel like I need to take advantage of it and do more, not take advantage of it and do less, right? And I feel like that's like a trend on social media right now for everybody to just be stay-at-home moms and not, you know, work or not contribute to the household. And that's okay. If that's what you really want for your life, that's what works for you, that's okay. But for me, I just feel like I have a certain vision for my life, and I feel like it's just not realistic for me to put that in the hands of somebody else just because we've decided to be in a relationship. And that's something that is very touchy, and I know not everybody may agree with it. And I'm not saying that I want to completely just put everything on me and fund my entire life. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I feel like in life, I can get a lot further if I'm able to contribute to those dreams and aspirations that we have as a family, right? So I decided to like sit and think, and I'm like, okay, what are the things that, you know, like I've always wanted to do and I've kind of just suppressed because I felt like it was either too late or something I couldn't do. And I realized that it's not that I don't like working. I don't like, because I haven't worked a regular job it was 3 years, and then I got that corporate job for 6 months. And I went back to being a stay-at-home mom and just a full-time entrepreneur. And I don't feel like it's for me. I feel like I'm one of those people that I like to have my variable income, which is my entrepreneurship, you know, my content creation, all of that. But I also like a steady source of income. But I'm like, what career field can I go to work, do what I need to do, and go home and do it again another day or next day, whatever. And I thought of those things. I thought of things that I've been interested in that I just felt like were too insane. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back, okay? So I am somebody that I am very, very obsessed with teeth. And it's funny because when I was younger, I always said I wanted to do something with dental or, you know, like anything like that. And I got very discouraged when I seen how long it would take to be a dentist. So I was like, But then you know what frustrated me about that looking back is the fact that the time passed anyways. I could have been done on now. I could have been finished. But everything in life happens for a reason. And I obviously am not in a place in life where I feel like I would truly want to dedicate the next how many ever years of my life to being a dentist. But I was like, what's the next thing I could do? So that's when I decided to look into being a dental hygienist. So I have decided that I want to go back to school to be a dental hygienist. And as crazy as it sounds, and insane as it sounds, I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to go for it because I feel like in life is what you make it. And you can have anything you want You can have any lifestyle you want. You can have anything you want. And I would love to start as a hygienist and go into cosmetic dentistry, because that's not something you need to be a dentist to do. If you didn't know that, now you know. Go into cosmetic dentistry, or even maybe own my own dental facility, which you also don't need to be a dentist to do. You can own a dental office without being a dentist. And I know there's a lot of nicks and stuff to go into it, but that's something that I've been looking into. And I'm like, there's so many things that I could do in that field, and there's a level of security that I want from having a career that I can bounce in and out from, right? And looking at it, I'm like, dental hygienist, really anything medical that you can get like an associate's in or a bachelor's in, you can kind of bounce in and out. And I appreciate that, because I'm somebody that if I don't like doing something at a point in my life, I'm just going to stop doing it. If something is not fulfilling me at a certain point in my life, I want to be able to stop doing it. And I feel like with corporate America and my degrees, I cannot do that. So I decided to go look into what I need to do. So for the next year, I'm basically going to be working on my prereqs to get into the dental program. And then the next year, 2025 is when I would apply to be a part of the dental program. And then after that, I want to say it's about 24 months, so 2 years. So it would still be a good little while to finish, but I feel like I wanted to share that with you guys. And I know people are like, don't tell people your goals and stuff like that, but I appreciate being transparent with people, because I have been able to navigate through life so much easier because people have been transparent with me, right? And I followed this girl, her name is Taja, I think that's how you say her name. And it's funny, I've been following this girl for years. I've been following this girl, and she's a dental hygienist and a content creator. And I've always watched her day in the lives. I've gone back and watched her old dental videos, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. And I know the dental programs are very, very competitive. I know it's very hard. I know it's very challenging. I don't even like to say hard, I like to say challenging. But I feel like the worst that could happen is that I fuck it up and I fail. You know, that's the worst that can happen. But I feel like going after things in life and just trying things and failing is worth so much more than just sitting down and wondering what if. So my plan for the next year is to work on my prereqs. I am going to be documenting that. I'm contemplating if I want to make a separate channel, just following my journey when it comes to school and at my age. And I know I'm not old. But I just feel like it's not conventional. So I don't know if I want to make a separate channel or just do like a series and have like a playlist on this channel where I'm talking about studying at this age. That's like a whole nother thing for me to think about later on. But as I looked into it, I'm like, I could be an influencer. I can do my events and I can work in dental. I've always been passionate about, you know, teeth and taking care of teeth and, you know, like cosmetic, like transformations with teeth. And I'm like, if I'm interested in it, I can go for it. You know, I can try it. It doesn't hurt to try. And I am going to also be applying to other programs. I have not decided as yet, but I want to apply to 3 different associate programs just because I feel like, I know it's competitive, but I don't want to box myself in. I want to find maybe 1 or 2 things that I'm interested in and just go for it. So I'm making this video to tell you guys that just because you've gone a certain path in life, it doesn't mean that you can't redirect. It doesn't mean you can't pivot. It doesn't mean that you can't make a conscious decision to decide you want to do something else. You can do whatever you want to do at whatever age you want to do. The time is going to pass. Whether or not I decide to go to school and, you know, do this, the time is going to pass anyways. I'm still going to turn 33, and I could be turning 33 and have my dental hygienist license, Or I could be turning 33 and not have anything and just, have it in the back of my head of shoulda, woulda, coulda. So I'm just telling you guys that it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you've already done. It doesn't matter what you already told everybody you're going to do. Do what you want to do at this very moment in life. And I'm not saying to make rash, dumb decisions. This is something that I've thought about for about the past 6 months. The whole time I was working in the corporate job, I've been thinking about what I can do that aligns with who I am as an individual, but can also be something that provides and contributes to my family. I'm very, very grateful that I'm in the situation that I'm in relationship-wise, because, and that's something too that I feel like I can make a whole separate video about. Choose your partners very carefully, okay? I have a partner that, at this stage in my life, that he just kind of lets me do whatever I want to do. And that is so important, and it's so telling to who somebody is as a man or who somebody is as a woman, when they can sit there and watch you try to figure out life and all they do is assist you in any way, shape, or form and support you. When you have the crazy ideas and things like that, they're like, okay, well, how can I help you? Or what do you need? And it's not always monetary. Sometimes it's just emotionally supporting you through navigating life. When I decided I wanted to be a corporate baddie, he literally was like, okay, go ahead. I feel like deep down he knew that I didn't want to do that, but he just wanted me to try on my own. And I appreciate that, because now I know that being in that aspect of corporate America is just not something I'm interested in. And yes, it's annoying that I already did what I did and got the degrees that I did. But what would be even more annoying would be for me to spend the rest of my life trying to make something work that's not going to work. And I just feel like I have so much potential financially. I have so much potential to create this amazing, beautiful life for not only my children and my family, but also my friends, like anybody in my life, strangers. And I want to take advantage of that. I feel like my goal for the next couple years is going to be to continue what I'm doing when it comes to my balloons, whether it's making me money or not, or making me the kind of money that it used to. I still want to be able to tap into that. And it's so fulfilling for me to be creative in that area. I love doing stuff on Cricut. I love doing crafty stuff. And financially, those things aren't the most, profitable, right? All the time. And it's very seasonal. But I want to do it. And it makes me happy. And I feel like I love the fact that I will, in the future be able to do events on the weekends and be a hygienist during the week. I can work part-time as a hygienist. I can work 2 or 3 days a week as a hygienist and still have, that set income, and then do my events on the weekend, but still be online, being an influencer. And when I say influencer, I want to be the kind of influencer that I influence people to make the right decisions in life, not really influence you to just buy things. I feel like that's become so much of what influencers are. And I try not to push products because I want to be an influencer that is somebody that's like, you know what? This is what I did wrong. Do this. And I want to be the type of influencer where I'm kind of more of like a big sister, because I have little sisters, and I feel like the way it warms my heart when they listen to me, when they take my advice, it is so fulfilling for me. And I'm like, if I could do that on a grander scale and be a big sister to people online, because not everybody has that. That's just the reality of it. Not everybody has a big sister. Not everybody has somebody that can give good advice to them. So if I can influence people to make the right decisions and to make good decisions, that means everything to me. So I want to take the next couple of years focusing on being that kind of influencer, building a brand for myself around all of these things, because nobody is just like a one-trick pony when you really think about it. Beyonce is a singer. She's an entertainer. She's a businesswoman. Now she's doing hair care. She's a director. She's a filmmaker. You can literally be anything you want to be, okay? You don't have to be a Kim Kardashian or a Beyonce or an Oprah to dabble in different type of things. You don't got to be Martha Stewart, none of that. You can literally be who you are today and just make conscious decisions to go in the directions that you want to go in. And when something is not serving you anymore, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a career, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a passion, you can move on. You can pivot. And I'm not saying you move on and you don't do anything. No, you pivot and you move into something else that you would rather do. And I feel like it's so essential to, share these type of things with you guys and just share these things with people. And I feel like it's so rewarding for me to like see people leave comments that are like, that I helped them. And I'm like, I just posted a video, but it feels good. And it feels like you're not doing anything in vain. I'm not sharing these things about my life and I'm not being transparent in vain. And it is going to be weird for me to be in college and vlog. I'm obviously going to do all of that, but the age gaps are going to be wild. I don't even know if I remember how to study. I graduated with my master's in 2018, but who cares? Who cares? I'll figure it out. Everybody else figures it out. And I feel like in life, there are so many people who don't get to share their stories enough because we're so used to seeing the people who did it, the normal one-track way. But there are so many people who have done things later on in life, whether it's a career choice or marriage or having children, and everybody's journey is different. And it just so happened that my journey is that I'm one of those people that I made decisions in my 20s that don't really align with the decisions I'm making in my 30s, that I want to make in my 30s and the life that I want to have in my 30s. And that's okay. And it's okay because I'm figuring it out, So I just wanted to say that. And I'm somebody that I like ranting. I like running my mouth. I know I've been posting a lot of tutorials and stuff like that, but you guys can like, comment, and subscribe. And I promise I'm going to be doing more sit down talking videos and just doing a mix of videos like that on my channel. So I would appreciate it if you guys subscribed and just kind of tell me in the comments like what resonated with you guys. And if there's anything that you guys want to get life advice on that I could give, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, there's more of this to come. I'm definitely going to try to hone in to the talking videos for Vlogmas because I do, of course, I'm going to continue doing the tutorials, but I feel like going into the new year, it's always nice getting a fresh set of, like ears. Is it ears? Or do you say a fresh set of eyes? I don't know. You get a fresh outlook, okay? So I noticed that, I enjoy watching advice videos going into the new year so I can set the right intentions and things like that. So if I can be a source of advice for you guys, I would love that. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try to, perfect these and continue on doing these, but it was different for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it.